Well, good evening. Welcome back to VP4TV. We're here for another match in the VP4 2023 Virtual World Snooker Championship, and it's a one-loss side match between Mr. Sharky from the UK, who did join the lobby a few minutes ago, and Tommy from Germany. Race to 4. Tommy isn't here yet. He very often turns up at the last minute. Mr. Sharky is in away mode, so he's not even in getting some practice, and we're just waiting on Tommy arriving. So we had a match this afternoon between Bedhead and Acero. Bedhead from Sweden, Acero from Japan. We had a match, or I think it was a round 3 match in the virtual bank pool world championships, and well, it's probably one of the best ones of the tournament. Certainly the best one I've seen. Not that I've seen an awful lot, but it was the best one of the tournament for me, and it's well worth a watch. It's on my YouTube channel. It'll be on my Twitch channel for about another week, and then it'll disappear, but it is archived on YouTube, and it's well worth a watch if you get the chance. In the meantime, we wait on the arrival of Tommy. We have another match scheduled tonight. This one is going ahead at the top of the hour at 7 PM, 1900 hours British Summer Time. And in 2.5 hours time, we have the second match of the night, which is also a one-loss side match, and that's between MC Clarkey and Poolkabouter. And so this match that we're about to cover, I would think would be a strong possibility it'll be over before the other one's due to start, and if it's over quick enough, then I might be able to go and get a cup of coffee or something and get set up for this following match. If not, then we'll just run into the second match, because obviously that depends on how long we take here for this first one. So looking at YouTube, I'm the only one here. I don't know whether there's anybody on Twitch. Certainly doesn't it doesn't look like it. But those who have subscribed and have turned on notifications should be getting an alert email to let them know that I am now live, and hopefully one or two will join. I don't know whether Steve's going to join, but because I've got a bug to show him that I discovered earlier. Not an actual bug in the game itself, but a little bug on the internal browser. So we wait. I'll have a quick tab out and a quick look around. Nothing doing there. All we can do is just hope that Tommy does show. I think he generally has done in the past. Now that bank pool tournament though now is, especially obviously in the winner's side, is now winding up to offer up some very good matches. There's some good matchups that we're looking forward to, and hopefully either myself or Slim can get coverage of them. Be well worth a watch. So we're now about a minute away, and I don't see Tommy yet. I'm scrolling up and down, and I certainly don't see him in a room, and I don't see him in a way. Oh, so I thought that was him there. It's Tommyy that's at the bottom, but the room has gone up, and Mr. Sharky will be in, and Tommy's now got 10 minutes to get into the room itself. So we wait and see. We might not have a match on here. He's still got the time to get in, of course. And Tommy has arrived, so we'll get in the room. He's just arrived in time. And now that he's joined, we'll have the lag for the break. So we have Tommy on the right, and Mr. Sharky on the left. So it is a race to 4. Good evening to Repetition. You're the only one in the house. Well, I heard a bounce noise off a cushion there, and there wasn't a ball near a rail at the time. All right, Steve's arrived in the room, so I'll just tab out for a second. Good afternoon, good evening to Steve.
Good afternoon, good evening.
I've got a bug to show you, Steve.
Oh, goody. I'm getting quite a list here.
Yeah, it's not, well, the thing is, the list that you've got, there should be somewhere on the list. It'll be quite far up the list, because it's one that you've known for a while. You know the league page when you were on the internal browser, and
oh yeah,
you clicked one of the buttons and it came up with all the big large text?
Yep.
Right. Are you aware that there's a similar problem on the champions page in the stats?
No, I wasn't. Okay.
I'll show you on the screen. If I go to the stats page, which I did earlier on this afternoon, where the hell is this thing? Why can't I see stats? I'm probably looking at it. Oh, there we are. Oh no, that's store. There's stats right in the middle. If you go to the champions tab, and now what did I do? I think oh, that's weird. Now what was I doing earlier on that actually brought it up?
Well, you know what? I haven't finished that. I need to put the rest of them in.
Yeah.
Napnicker sent me the thing. I still didn't put it in. Dang it. That's another thing I forgot about.
Now I'm on it. I can't remember what I did to get this thing to go funny. Well, that's weird. I think I hovered over the box and it came up funny. Okay, anyway, I'll try that again later. But there was an issue earlier on. Oh, you missed a good match this afternoon, or rather, at your breakfast time, Steve. It started at 9 AM your time. The match between Bedhead and Acero in the Bankpool World Championships, and
yeah.
I mean, it's what, like 2 hours long, and it was probably one of the best of the tournament. But
well,
all I can say about it is Acero should have had the match won. That's all I'm going to say. Welcome to Mark.
Well, that was a good shot there. That was a fantastic shot.
Steve's eating again.
Of course. I've got my whole coffee mocha.
Well, it must be thick if you're eating it rather than drinking it.
Well, I've got cookies too. I've got good cookies. Bird's famous cookies.
Well, that was the other thing, Steve. I don't know whether you'd a chance. I don't think you actually do have a look. But on my YouTube channel, on the last stream that I did, not the one that I did this afternoon, but the last stream which involved Mr. Sharky, on that Bankpool one-loss side match he was playing in. If you have a look at that video, but look at the comments below it, Mr. Sharky again he was asking for a bit of sympathy from us because he thought we were a bit hard on him, or rather I should say you were.
Well, I'm just trying to point out,
well, that's
places people can get better.
Yeah, that's what I sort of posted it in that sort of context. Yeah, that's what I tried to say in my response to him. But basically, I blamed you.
Well, it's
But
okay. I get blamed for everything anyways, you know, I'm used to it.
no, I didn't. I didn't. I just said that you were only trying to sort of give players better ideas on what they're going about and how to improve themselves at the game. Which constructive criticism, I called it. So back to more important matters for Mr. Sharky. He's trying to survive in this snooker world championship. I must admit he's probably got a better chance of doing that in this.
Yeah, I think this is probably more his game from the looks of it. But, you know, I mean, not very many people on VP play banks in real life, and since it's not played much on VP, I don't think anybody's learned it well.
Oh, that was the other thing I meant to say. I sent a message to, in fact, Matt. I came back into the lobby, and I noticed Matt was in the lobby. He was in the lobby for about an hour last night. Maybe he was hanging around, but I don't think he was aware that this match he has is on between him and Larry, because when I contacted him on Facebook, he said, I thought I'd withdrawn from that tournament. So at the last time I checked in, there was still no match arranged. I haven't been able to get a hold of Larry, so they've got until tomorrow night.
Larry sent a proposal.
Right, so well, it'll either go ahead at some sort of immediate point tonight or sometime tomorrow.
Matt accepted a proposal for a snooker match, but yeah, Larry proposed a match yesterday. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Matt won't be playing. He won't be playing tonight because he's playing that snooker match later on.
Yeah.
In exactly roughly 2.5 hours' time. So this match should be over before then.
Yeah, I've got like a 3 o'clock, I think so. Let's see.
Mr. Sharky can now drop down onto the black. Good evening to travelling TT.
Okay, I've pushed back my meeting, so we should be able to do this whole string. And I think this could be an interesting match. I mean, Tommy, I don't know how much snooker Tommy plays, but he's a good player.
Yeah, it should run close. Well, I don't think that's going to be that great for getting on any sort of red. Let's have a look. Well, there's one up the table. In fact, there's two up the table, depending on where he wants to try and stop the cue ball. But both go into the top left-hand corner as I'm looking at the moment. If he stops the cue ball on the black spot, that would certainly give him the best chance of running that straight into the top right-hand corner pocket. But then the black is going to be on the green spot doing that. And, well, the angle he had in the black obviously wasn't conducive to getting good on a red, so he's just going to be ducking for cover, I would think.
He may just roll up on this one red. I don't know, he's in a funny spot here. I'm not sure thinning a red is going to do him much good. I would have rolled up in the rack.
Well,
yeah, I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to push one out so they can't go up table. That's actually a pretty good play.
I would have skimmed off that red that he played with a bit of right-hand side to hit the bottom, the black rail, and push it to the side rail and back down into bulk. You've got to get it really thin so that you don't nudge balls out.
Well, the trap he laid down worked because Tommy didn't play a good shot there.
Now, see if he'd got sort of bottom into that cue ball there, he could have avoided the collision with the black. So now the black's dead.
Yeah, well, watch this. He's going to crank these.
Well,
I think you want to hit this with a lot of screw because you got to get this to come through the rack.
And he doesn't want to go forward and go into a corner pocket. That'll do it.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now he's cooking.
And that's also freed up the black. So once he pots that red over the corner pocket, he's got all the reds on in the middle of the table, and he should at some point get the black back in the spot, although it might not be wise to do it right now because that red's blocking the path for the black into this corner.
Yeah, but he can clean it up right here. And this is where you play for the pink and the blue at the same time. If you come up a little short on the blue, you got the pink. I mean, this is sitting pretty good, really.
Oh, he needs to run a bit better than that, though. That's awkward.
Yeah, you didn't want to come up short on the pink. That was the mistake you didn't want to make. But he's still okay.
He should be fine, yeah. He should be able to. He needs to make sure he gets the cushion and gets back out here off this.
Traveling TTs here. Uh-oh. Yeah. Well, you missed it. And that's painful. And that kind of mistake is, you know, when you got the second ball there, the blue, you really didn't want to come up short on that pink.
See, the more regular you are at snooker, the more that is. It's not like it's not what I call muscle memory. You know, trying to play a certain shot. It's more like eye memory. You know, you look at the angle in that pink and you pot it because you've potted so many of them.
Well, I don't think he adjusted well the situation because I know he would have probably cut that red a little thinner that was by the pocket, but he couldn't because the ball was blocked, so he had to hit a little thicker, which means the cue ball is going to come out softer.
Well, Tommy's got a good chance here to get rid of this deficit.
Yeah, Tommy pots balls well. If he's used to the snooker table, he could be formidable.
Well, what he should be doing now is he should be going down to the top rail and getting that pink back in its spot so he can play the red that's to the right of the black. He wants to get rid of that because he's going to need it. So now he's got a good chance to get on it.
Well, I mean, you could just play the pink right now and get on it.
That's what he should be doing. See, now he's got himself set up so he can get rid of these two, and the one on the left hand side isn't a problem as long as he makes the right move to get on it. It should be fairly simple to roll it down a cushion, but no sooner than I said that than...
Well, I could see the way he was hitting it. I'm thinking, man, he's going to overcut this a little, and that's the one thing you can't do. You can hit the far cushion, but if you hit the near cushion, it's not going in at that kind of speed. You know, if you hit it easy, it would, but not when you're stunning it like that.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Well, there's your chance again, Tommy. You can't waste this one. Welcome to Bill.
Yeah, hey Bill. Yeah, I mean that was unfortunate.
Now,
yeah,
again,
if Tommy gets this, it's really a steal because Sharky was quite a ways up on him.
When you get a chance, guys, go and watch that match with Acero and Bedhead from earlier this afternoon. It's well worth a watch. Now, he could get a bit crazy here. He could pot the red and stun into the red in the cushion, you see, and still more than likely be on at some sort of colour. Now, he could have done that there. I'm sure he had an angle.
See if he goes forward here.
You see, you'll see the pros will do that.
I'm just trying to come straight up.
The pros will do that where that red is on the cushion there, and he had an angle on the red, and because the blue, pink, and black were all available, a pro would have went for the nudge in the red to get it off the cushion, and still have a very good chance of being on a colour. He might regret not doing that now. He's ducking for cover, but it wasn't a good safety.
No, Mr. Sharky's bull, and he's still got the lead.
Yeah, Knapnicker is. Well, I don't know whether Knapnicker was there this afternoon, but what we were doing was discussing what we think the next World Championship should be, and looking at 2022. The one thing that is at the top of the list should be
play there.
It should be the 8-ball World Championships, because it wasn't played last year. But if it isn't going to be 8-ball, then it's already past the anniversary for the straight pool World Championships, which I would suggest very strongly this year they should be back to normal pockets rather than narrow.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's the choice.
Well, and with 8-ball, you got to decide whether it's going to be the bar table or 9-footer or 10-footer.
Well, you know what they're going to say, Steve. You're the only one that wants bar table. I don't know whether Semi-Pro would turn his nose up at the bar table, because did he not win the 8-ball bar table?
I believe he did.
So, Mr. Sharky can get a bucket load of points here.
He either needs to play 3 rails or 2 rails. This one rail isn't working.
Yeah, he's tried it one direction. That direction's a bit tighter past the pink. And I don't know that the side pocket isn't in the way there on the right-hand side of the table. I don't think this is a line either, looking at the way he's playing this. No, he's not seeing the line that way, but he should be able to adjust it a fair bit now if he sticks to this the second time. But although Mr. Sharky's now on the yellow with an angle to get up for the green, he'll probably go for it this time.
Yep.
So, Mr. Sharky with what, a 15-point lead?
Yeah, it is now, and this frame is looking like it's over.
So he just needs green and brown to secure the frame. Oh, was it Mr. Strocum that won it? That shows you how bad my memory is. And that was the 8-ball bar table one. I don't remember that.
Well, I mean,
so that
I'll look at the champions thing.
That snooker that Mr. Sharky had Tommyy in was the one that won him the frame.
I just saw it happen. The drop down for game type. That's what it is.
Yeah, is that what it is? Aye, yeah. It didn't seem to happen for me there. It seems to be working okay for some strange reason.
Yeah, it's not working for me.
I can't get it to work it now. I'm trying to show you it. Mine's just working okay. Yeah, it's good that you saw it though, so you know exactly what we're talking about. It must be weird though that I mean the one in the league one was all the time. I mean that one there's intermittent. So there's something
I just tried it again. I just tried it again. It worked.
Yeah, it's a strange one.
Okay, so Semi-Pro won the last one was Bedhead, and that one was, let's see, what was that one? That one was on the 10-footer. So Bedhead won the last one.
Well, an 8-ball game? It wouldn't be an 8-ball tournament in the 10-footer, was it?
Yeah, the last one we played was 8-ball world rules on the 10-footer.
I don't remember.
And then the one before that was Mr. Strocum. And that one was at the pit stop that one was the bar table. And so, let's see here. So, that's weird, because it did it to me again. Now it's not doing it. That's weird. Yeah, it's an intermittent problem.
Right, cue ball.
So, okay, so 2021, it was on the 10-footer. 2020 it was on the bar table, and then semi-pro were on it in 2018, and that was also on the bar table. So I think it's a better game on the bar table. There's more strategy.
And it's been what, that's more than 4 years since it was on the bar table then, is that right?
The last one was, hang on, let me get this thing so over. There we go. The last one that was on the bar table was 2020. And that's the one Mr. Strocum won.
No, so that's best part of 3 years.
Yeah, so we're due for it. We should probably play one on the bar table. I think it's more interesting because it's a different game, and on a 9-foot table, it's basically a break and run out game, and on the bar table, it's
well, it's certainly break and move the ball properly on the bar table.
Well, there's a lot of breaking and run out on the bar table too, but it's a lot harder to run out because of the traffic, and so you end up playing more strategy games than you would. You'll see a lot of runouts too.
Now, what's happened here? Yeah. That the pink. Right, so Mr. Sharky's played the replay, and he's now noticed that red goes, I think, at the side of the pack. I think that's why he's did the replay. Let's have a look. See, again, I don't know, maybe it doesn't. See, I don't think he used it doesn't go, so he didn't use the 3D Alt key. Now, what's he doing here? Did he think that went?
He must have thought it did. He shot it.
It was never going. It was blocked by the other red.
Mr. Sharky's he's looking like the favorite in this thing, from what we've seen so far, and I think a lot of that's because I don't think Tommy knows how to play snooker that well. I don't think this is a game he's played a lot, but it's obvious Mr. Sharky has. He's played the right shot.
Well, he certainly doesn't want to double the green. He wants to just tuck this cue ball onto this baulk cushion. Oh no, he's trying to duck behind it. That'll do it.
Yeah, see, that was smart, playing it off the rail. That guaranteed he was getting them really good. A lot of people had tried to hit the 3 first. That was the right way to play it.
This is going to be at least 3 cushions, I would think, unless he's trying to go straight up and down.
Yeah, he's going to sell out here, I think.
No.
I mean, that was just not, that wasn't going to work out. The line he had it on, he needed to be up at the top of that pile.
Well,
or pack, or whatever you want to call it.
There's not an awful lot of chances here for a big score, because first of all, if he pots the pink, it goes, it's touch and go. I don't think it will spot.
Well, he can pot the pink and break the pack up there if he wants. He's a perfect spot to just, the angle he's got will put him perfect on the pink.
Yeah, he just needs to leave it short to do it, and that will do. And he has to get a movement here, because the black, if he potted it, the same problem with the black. The black is going to go in that spot.
The only thing you got to watch out here for is scratching, because it's going to move sideways into that red up on the top, and there is a potential for scratching in the side pocket, or what you would call an in-off, if you're not careful on this pink. Chances are it won't do that, but, you play enough straight pull, and when you look at these, you look at them and go, could this potentially do this? If he hit it easy like that, he was always going to be okay.
Now, see, that's not bad, because now that's opened up a pocket for the pink.
That's very good. He got the pink cleared up. He played a shot that he wasn't going to get in trouble with, and
up for the blue. Don't know whether he can cut this and come across without bumping that other red and still stay in the pink though. Oh, he's going for the red into the side anyway.
Yeah, oh boy, he underhit that. That's not where he wanted to be.
That needed to roll through another foot.
Yeah, boy, that was a mistake.
So yellow.
Well, now he's going to have to do something.
No, he just needs to follow through in between the blue and pink for the red that's isolated in the left. There's not a problem getting to that. No, he's overhit that by a country mile. I don't know why he's well. Maybe he wants to get rid of the reds from the black spot. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. I think that was probably a better idea.
He's got this. He's going to have to stun it to bump that other red though. He may not want to do that because that's going to make the shot missable. I think he's just going to roll this and then take the black. I don't know if the black will spot on the. I think it will spot on that spot, but
yeah, it may well just.
He's going to take the pink here and then come back for it, which is probably not a bad idea because that red was going to cause a problem. I think that was good strategy. He didn't take a chance on missing the red, trying to bump the other one. He's going to. He may play the black. No, he's not going to play the black here. He'll probably play the pink and then try to get back to that red. This is kind of tricky.
Yeah, I'd still be trying to play the pink simply because the black's going to get more or less tied up on that. Now he's bumping the red, and that's a good shot. That was a really good shot. Yeah, that was a really good shot. That takes care of the black spot.
Well, at least he can watch this video back and hear us saying good shot, good shot, good shot instead of, oh, that was the wrong thing from fake pool.
Again,
but he obviously knows how to play this game.
Well, that's what I talk about, thinking in your feet while you're playing this game, because you have to look at better in the situation, but there's a right time and a wrong time to do it. You know, in that last frame there was a chance to bump that red off the side cushion. I don't know whether it was Tommy that had it or whether it was Mr. Sharky, but there's instances like that pop up all the time.
This is a little tricky here.
Well, I know what I'd be doing.
He'd have to stun this black to hit the red. If he rolls it, he'll miss that red. If he stuns it, he will hit the red, but you know that's may not be a shot he wants to take on.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't even be looking at that. I'd be ducking down behind the brown. That's what I'd be doing.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's essentially what he's done. But he left the old nothing shot.
Yep, there's a.
And the problem with leaving the nothing shot is the black's now right in front of the pocket where you can make it from just about anywhere.
Yep, that's the whole thing about why he shouldn't have played the black.
Yep, I think you're right. I think you're right. He should have played the brown.
No, I would have played the yellow to drop in behind the brown. That's what I'd have done. So Tommy's in on the black,
Tommy
I think.
He can shoot the black. Yeah, he's good.
Now he just needs to go forward, but not too much top spin in this, or he'll kill it into the rail. Oops, wrong button.
Yeah, that's well done.
Now, Tommy's got 2 reds to work with at the back of these 5. He's got one either side that he can get on. Now,
oh boy.
You've got to get the reds like that, though, Tommy.
Yeah, that's. Well, you know, I don't think Tommy plays a lot of snooker.
Oh no, again, that's where I've got a bit of sympathy for him, because if he was a regular player of snooker, he would never be missing those.
Yeah. But you know, Mr. Sharky looks like he plays good enough that he can be a contender in this tournament.
Yeah, if. He minds his business here. He's got this frame in the bag as well.
Well, the only thing we haven't seen out of him is a really big break, which is, you know, almost required to beat the better players. But he looks like he's capable of it, and he pots balls well. He makes the correct moves most of the time, and you know. That's a nice little shot there. I mean, he looks like he plays this game well and should be capable of doing century breaks. And That's what it's going to take to win this.
Well, it should be clearing up here. You know, again with the reds as they are, and the colours all pretty much on their spots bar the green. It's an invitation to get a bit of potting practice in. He's not secured the frame yet, though. Now, Mr. Who is that? Mr. Deanster says, "Hey Steve, hi by the way, can you fix the player not needing to call shots when they are supposed to in single player?"
Can you fix the player?
Now, are you talking about in a room on your own? I don't quite follow that.
I think he's talking about the offline.
You mean AI players? Or billiards and hustler or whatever. Offline mode it is.
Billiards and hustler. And it's making you call shots, or?
No, it's not. I think that's what he's talking about. Yeah, not needing. Can you fix the player not needing to call shots? So what's happening is the AI players are shooting at balls, but they're not being called. Yeah, I think that's what he's getting at. Yeah.
So the AI players are not calling shots they're supposed to be calling. Is that what he's saying?
I think they do it in straight pool offline. Well, Mr. Sharky's back at the table. He missed a fairly easy red, but Tommy couldn't take advantage of it again. So, the way we are, we're 43 points left in the table. And how many is that? I can't count.
The player doesn't need to, and the AI does. So the player never has to. I mean...
Oh no, that's down to your own honesty. In the offline mode. Yeah. I mean, you can bang at balls and 3 balls go in straight pool. Unless you're going to be honest with yourself, then you would just carry on running the table. But you see, that is just down to being honest with yourself, rather than then, you know, contacting Steve and saying, "I'm playing offline straight pool and I have to call every ball." It's annoying. You know, it works both ways. It'd be more annoying for you offline having to call shots all the time. Where's this cue ball going?
Watch out. Well, that was close. Well, this frame's over.
Yeah, it's signed and sealed now.
Yeah, we basically try to make it so nothing's a burden on the player, and that's not a perfect thing. I mean, we have a situation here online where, you know, Honolulu...
exactly, yeah.
That, you know, Honolulu is a problem. That's why we don't have Honolulu World Championships, because nobody wants to go through all that. And we may modify Honolulu so that you don't have to do that, because I think, you know, a lot of shots are obvious. The ones that aren't, you know, you could call or chat. But I mean, we got enough honest people here that we probably don't need to force people to call shots. I mean, look at the banks. You know, people are calling the banks that they think aren't so obvious. You know, usually the multi-rail ones, and it's worked out pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, that's just down to common sense. You know, if you're looking a straight up and down shot, we know you're banking into the corner pocket. You know, that type of thing. But if there's a doubt, you call it. And as Steve said, most guys are playing the game in the honour system that they maybe try a bank and it double banks and then they miss call because they were only playing it into the one pocket. You know, these things are just what you would expect. I mean, the thing
was a good shot.
The thing about VP3, I mean, it was most annoying playing snooker in VP3 in the early days when some players hadn't a clue what snooker was all about. and all they would do was just roll the ball, and they wouldn't even attempt the snooker. That's why foul and miss had to be in the game.
Oh, this could be good.
Well,
yeah, if he's blocked off the one red, and
yeah, well,
not that it's a huge problem. He's got the one on the left side.
Yeah, the one on the left's good. Now, I would play that. See, that one there, I would play with a bit of right to try and just check it. Because always the danger. I mean, he's not bad. He's finished in the corner, but he's still left a shot on here. I don't know whether he can avoid hitting the red next to the black.
No, you can't shoot at that one. I would shoot at the red on the rail. Then now you just got to be careful because you could leave a shot. He looks like he's shooting at this ball, which is a little surprising. I don't think this is a wise move.
Yeah, he's managed to avoid it.
When you make them, they're always wise.
Well, it'd be wild to have a blast cut in this blue into the side pocket here.
Well, it's a pretty safe shot. I mean, you can shoot the blue. The cue ball is going to come up table. He's not going to get into the stack. That would be crazy trying to get into that pack there. This is the smart move. And he hit it pretty good. Good enough. Well, that's nice.
No.
Here we go again for Tommy kicking at the pack. And you know what?
Tommy has to nail it onto a ball here because he's going to leave a red on.
Tough.
He's going to leave a red on.
With that red sitting by the pocket, this is very difficult. Now, my first inclination would be to look to see how I can kick at that red by the pocket. Because unless you can get up into the top of this stack, see, the bottom's no good where he's going. Oh, okay, he missed the bottom. But he still ended up selling out. I mean, my inclination would first be, can I kick at the red by the pocket? And second off, can I put it into the pack where I'm on top of it? Because the bottom of it was no good. Is this going to get there?
Yeah.
Well, that was pretty tight. Oh, is he going to be brave and blast Ola on the pink? What's he going to do here? I'd be scared of shooting the pink myself.
Well, he had to.
Then again, I can't make balls. Well,
he had to get a bit on that cue ball to avoid that collision there. And he can still cut the red, I think.
I think he can still cut it. It's tight, but I think it goes. You gotta watch out for the in-off up table here.
Well, I think I've already had a look at those three reds. They're not. I mean, there's a chance that could plant the three reds below the pink.
No, that's no good.
It looks as if it's going
it would have to carry him off that one red, which it could, but it won't go in clean. It could carry him off the red. I guess he didn't have enough to cut that. And this is one I think where you skim that and try to go straight up and down.
No.
You may just roll up into this.
I'm looking at the collision in that red. You're going to bump that red. If you get it too thick, you're going to nudge that red out. Oh, he's had a blast at some sort of.
Well, he tried to play that plant that you were looking at, and he did miss the one ball, but it didn't go in. It was still too low. It hit the cushion by the end rail.
So, black's tied up again. Pink isn't great. Well, it's not good there at all where it is. So it's going to be hard to score.
Mr. Sharky says, "Nice try." Tommy says, "Thank you."
I'm doing none of that crap when I'm playing.
I don't know. That makes me wonder if Mr. Sharky's got his tongue in his cheek when he's saying, "Nice try, nice try, you sucker." That wasn't a good shot to shoot at. When you play in a straight pull one pocket, you start playing balls out of the rack and stuff. I'll tell you, it'll drive you freaking crazy. Because it really is difficult to learn how to judge balls coming out of out of the pile or the pack or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's very difficult, you know, when you're playing caroms and how much it's going to throw and plants and
Yeah.
it's hard.
You see that regularly in snooker, though, when the player is a slightly awkward angle on a red and the black's on its spot, and he has to use the back of the pack of reds to run through when he pots the red to go on the black. You see the pros doing it pretty good, but sometimes they'll get it wrong and they'll end up on the back cushion below the black. You know, you're judging that contact off the bunch of reds, and it's so difficult to judge. Just like straight pull in that sense.
Yeah, well, that's why when you see somebody that really plays the game well, you know, it's deceiving because they pick balls out of the stack, and you know they you know the things they do. You know, you watch Tony Chohan play one pocket, and he makes the game look easy, and it's not. The stuff he's doing is so difficult, but you know he understands what the balls are going to do a lot better than most people.
Again, I think he thought that red could go there, but it took a chunk of the other one. So, well, Tommy's going to wind up here. He's going to wind up big time. Here we go. Watch all pockets.
Oh, that wasn't even close.
He did not read the angle in that cut at all.
Well, that wasn't close.
I mean, that was like first diamond in a pool table.
It was pretty bad. Well, you know, I mean, that's for not playing on this table.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Yeah, it's just,
well,
you can't just come to this table and see the angles.
The black's pretty tied up. The pink will go, which I would imagine that's what he's going to play for here.
Now you see this is a 2-in-1 shot, Steve. If you go too far, you can go on the yellow, but if you finish nice, you could go on the pink. And he's got a choice here, I think.
I think he'll shoot the yellow. I would, but yeah, I don't like that shot on the pink.
The shot in the pink, he's going to run up to the blue, and he'll still be on the red here anyway, and he'll probably be on the red into bulk, the one beyond the green there. But good to get rid of the yellow and get it up table on its spot. You're trying to clear the area. Tommy says, I just don't get confident with snooker. Well, you don't if you don't play it. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's just, you gotta get used to the visual on a big table. Well, this is a good play because he's going to get the black spot open. He's going to play this red, and he could run up and bump the black if he wants.
Well, he's got to avoid the traffic. I think he's trying to get out of there, though. Yeah, that's a problem.
I thought maybe he was trying to get on the pink. He can shoot the black here, but that's no gimme. Yeah, might be better off ducking.
Well, I think he can have a go at the black, and he's only going to have that red up table. I would assume he's going to play it at a pace where he's running up table, and he'll still have a shot at that red by the green if he does that. Looks as if he's going up to the corner pocket, though, the way he's lining up here.
Yeah, he is.
That's not get the legs. I
don't think that's going in.
Well, it has to get the legs. It's just going to the jaw, though.
Yeah.
Well.
And he left a shot too, so.
And Tommy doesn't need to worry about position. He's guaranteed a colour as long as he doesn't nail himself to one. He's got the black. There's a name I've never seen before. Dolu. Oh dear. Well, I think the disease is spreading through Tommy's body here. He now can't pot a ball.
Are we allowed to use reshade? Well, I'm not familiar with reshade, but if it's changing textures, you can do whatever you want. But
Yeah,
I'm not sure what Reshade the product is.
Reshade to use it. It's a mod to use in Euro Truck Simulator as well. It's just to change the definition of the graphics and stuff. You know, it might make the greens a bit more vibrant. It might make in Euro Truck it's to change the lighting and the shadows and all of that stuff. I think Reshade is a bit advanced for VP4 though, because it's certainly more beneficial in something like Euro Truck for all the foliage and everything like that that's going on in it, and there's a lot of foliage animation in Euro Truck as well.
I'm gonna have to check that out. That's an interesting looking product. Well, thanks for telling me about that.
You never heard of Reshade, Steve?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's been around for years.
I don't get out much anymore.
That's true. Yeah, it does help with it is to change. It makes the lighting slightly different in Euro Truck, because there's loads of different graphics mods for Euro Truck.
Well,
you know, if ever you want an example of a game that's actually been kept as interested in by so many people, that's Euro Truck. I mean, it came out in about 2012 as well, Euro Truck 2, and there are thousands of modders for that game. Map mods, truck mods, you name it. There are graphic mods, thousands of them, and the game's constantly updated. So it's
that was a pretty good bot.
Good support by the developers all the time. Well, these reds are crying out to be potted here. I think does that red go at the back of the black? I don't think it does it?
Well, I don't think he got him here.
Yeah, looks good enough to me, apart from the fact that there's a...
No, he's got is that reds
pot
you can
on?
shoot it.
Oh yeah, that'll go by the black.
Yeah, and it's a safe shot too. It's naturally safe. You might need to put a little English on it to clear the last red down there.
I reinstalled Microsoft Flight Simulator earlier on. Well, I tell a lie. I started reinstalling it earlier on. I'm talking about this morning, and I only finished about half an hour before 7 o'clock tonight actually downloading it all. 170 gigs worth, and then another 60 gigs worth of all the updates for it.
Well, I had that mocha coffee and a couple cookies, and now I'm crashing. I'm having a sugar crash.
Yeah.
Just if I start snoring, I don't know why.
I had a rather large Chinese about an hour and a half ago, and I haven't even consumed all of it. The remains of it are lying in the microwave for about 3 or 4 hours time when I feel peckish again, and I'll devour the rest of it.
No, he's got in between here. He kind of put it in the funny spot, but I think he'll cut this red.
Well, I reckon that Tommy's going to do well to get a frame here, because this is heading for 3-0.
That's the one place you couldn't hit it. You could overcut it and maybe come off the black, but...
Well, I think that that Tommy's got to overcut that red. Oh, he's managed to get back now, but can he get to the black?
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty tight.
I think he just needs to drop this dead weight and try and just squeeze it a little bit. That's what he's doing, a little bit of right on it. He's got to just hit this dead weight. If he does, it may well go in. He's not convinced, and he's not prepared to give it a go. Well, it's no good where it's sitting, put it that way, and I think it would have maybe been more beneficial had he taken the risk and had a go at it, because he needs to get that red open if he's going to have a chance to get some points back in this frame.
Yeah, well, here's his chance right here.
Let's have a look and see. Right, well, he's got to stun onto the rail and try and bump I called it the 8 ball there. I know he's just taking what's there first of all.
Well, here's another chance. You run into it, there's a good chance you're going to get a shot on the black, if not the pink or the blue. You got to do it here. And he didn't do it. I don't understand what he's doing.
No, see, he's nowhere good in the pink.
He's setting himself up to lose here is what he's doing. He should have tried to...
Well, he might just be...
He should have bumped it.
He should be going to the cushion here on the long rail and kicking into the back of the black. Just dead weight. He doesn't want to leave it short, though, because if he does that, he's going to be in trouble. Severe trouble.
He's actually calling this ball. Oh, no, he's not.
No, that's a right shot.
Yeah.
Now, this is tricky up and down in the snooker table. I'll tell you, it's so easy to put a bit of left or right hand side on this cue ball and just see how it comes off this bottom cushion here. You could miss this by a mile, believe it or not.
Yeah, I mean these kind of kick shots aren't that easy. You think they'd be not that hard, but they are. No. I mean the same thing in pool. It's worse in real life because it's harder to get the line.
He's played it well first time. Oh, double kiss. Well, Tommy is what's that? 31 behind. There's 35 in the table, and this has to go in because he's going to have no better chance of getting on this black and getting it spotted. And that's game over. I'm afraid it simply had to go in. So we are 50 minutes, and that's a good average in real snooker. You know, when you were back in the day when you were paying for your lights. I remember when I was playing, it was £1.50 an hour. So you're always desperate to get 3 frames in an hour. So we're 50 minutes down here, and we're just about to be 3 frames.
Yeah, Tommy may get whitewashed here.
Yeah, it just means it draws their attention to how difficult this game is, because you've got a complete change of the physics, the way these balls go on the snooker table. You're using the snooker cue, so there's a smaller tip on the ball. But Mr. Sharky's hooked himself or snookered himself on the yellow. Good evening to Mooncake.
Did he snooker himself? Well,
yeah, I think he has.
And does Tommy still have a chance?
Nope.
He got 30.
No, he hasn't got a chance, Steve.
No, he'll need a snooker if he misses it.
He can twist this round the blue, no problem. He just hit it too hard.
Here comes pink. Nope, he's not going to hit the pink, but no, I mean,
I think
Tommy's down 30, there's 27, he just needs a snooker.
Tommy should put him back in and give him a second go at that to see if he can get another 4 or more points off him. That's what I'd do. You see now, Mr. Sharky's just going to roll this yellow in or over the pocket. Tommy should have put him back in there and given him a second try at that. Hold on. I can pot this. He needs to come back off this yellow because you don't want to run into the black. He could follow this in. Oh, here's a test of your nerve to see if you can roll up onto the brown.
Well, you may get a snooker here. It's close.
Yeah, that's not bad. Plenty of room behind that green to miss it.
Unfortunately, it's not a hard hit. I would expect he's going to hit this. This is the kind of hit that, you know, if you miss this, you're not that great at kicking. And he missed it.
Right, now,
Oh, look
Tommy,
at that, he went in off.
put him back in again. Now, is Tommy being Mr. Nice Guy here? Tommy, are you looking at the scoreboard, Tommy? I mean, he's what, 24 behind, and there's 25 in the table. So he can win, but I would have stuck him back in again. But maybe he would never get as good a chance as this to try and clear the table. So this is a tough one for Tommy to get nice on this blue and pot the brown. And again, it's you know, it's got to go behind that blue or something, but it's a straight in brown for the frame, pretty much. 22 on the table, 21 in front, so this will mean Tommy is back to needing a snooker, and the blue should follow.
So now Tommy is down 3-0. That's
He's up the proverbial without a paddle at the moment.
yeah, he's got 1 foot in the grave right now. Well, who's that? Mooncakes here?
RD Techie, yep.
Yeah, that's rough being down 3-0 in the game you don't play. And Tommy's looking like he's just about had it here. Could be throwing in the towel, shooting at that.
Well, this is where, when you know the guy's down, then you just bump that red and nail the cue ball behind the yellow and give him more stuff to annoy him. That's what I'd be doing. I mean,
Oh yeah, you want to just bury the guy. I mean you're definitely right. That you roll this up on that yellow. That's the right shot. Yeah, he didn't hit it very good. That's too easy to hit the red. He needed to get that cue ball right on it.
yeah, it's a big target, and he can spin it. Although he's going to leave a shot on now.
Yeah, it was still effective because he didn't hit it in a way where he got safe. And I think the black will go, I think. It's pretty tight.
Oh, well, everything goes now, apart from the black. Well, Tommy.
Well, let's see if Tommy can get something going here. Now is the time.
Now, quick look at the pink spot. I think what he wants to do is try and leave himself a straight in that pink, because that needs to go. He'll probably take the blue because it's straight in, but the pink he needs to get out of the way so he can work with the blue. And the pink will go in its spot right amongst the reds, which is even handier. So this is a practice table, this.
Yeah, I mean, this is...
You know, and again, in real life professional snooker, a table like this, you're not getting back to the table. This table is being cleared.
Yeah, a good player is going to clear this table for sure.
Still, again, he's just come back too far there. I mean, you can still take the pink. But tell a lie, he's on a red now. What am I talking about? Oh, here's Stubb arrived in the room. Nuclear forces is here. Again, he's bumped to pink this time. Just when he didn't want to, he's ran into it. And now he's tied up. Or made it more awkward than a couple of reds doing that.
Man, I may have to take a nap after this thing.
you never listen to me in Friday Night Nightball, Steve. I'm out on my feet in the last hour and a half of that tournament. When it's already well past my bedtime, and the tournament's still going on for about 4 hours, and I'm semi-conscious at that time. But it's usually after I've had a big feed, and I've just had a big feed, and I'm surprisingly still awake. It's a sign of age. All the young guys are thinking, why is these guys falling asleep?
He's having to shoot the blue, and that was well potted. So Tommy's still rolling here. He's got a chance to win a game.
Now, again, this is not a problem. That red along the cushion there, the furthest away one, he's got the one in the middle, which I would prefer to leave that there, because you want to get rid of that red in the cushion and get the black back in its spot. See, now he's the wrong side of the blue, so he's now got to play the black and probably end up playing the red he should probably have played a minute ago.
Well, playing the black's not bad though, because there's nothing near the spot.
He's just got to watch how he comes off the cushion though.
Yeah, that's okay. He's fine here.
Now, that one he's now looking at is now a wee bit. He's got to get this touchy because he doesn't want to go too high and block himself in the black.
This isn't bad. It's fine.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it was real naturals. You didn't have to really baby it.
So the run goes to what? Need to put my glasses back on.
35.
35, and now I think he's got himself.
Yeah, Mr. Sharky's, he gave him a chance, and you really don't want to do that ever.
This does go through the gap. It does go through the gap. Oh no, dear.
Yeah.
No. It doesn't go through the gap at that pace.
It doesn't like that. It doesn't go through the gap.
Look at the table now. I mean, if Mr. Sharky doesn't get 50 here.
That was funny. Kaboom, and balls are just flying everywhere.
Well, I mean, he had to be gentle just to let that, stroke the ball. He had a slam at it. I think he thought... I think he was trying to squeeze it between them. I think he was trying to smack it between them to make sure it kept a straight line.
It's a foul and a miss, and they're retrieving balls out of the third row of spectators.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh God. Mr. Sharky really wants Tommy to win a game, I guess.
Yeah, I think he's giving him all the encouragement.
I mean, you got to have a killer attitude. You don't want to let anybody hang around. That's just way too many chances for Tommy here.
Acero knows all about that after this afternoon. I'm saying nothing else. Just go and watch the video.
Yeah, I mean, Banks can be brutal. I mean, it is a tough game. But I'll tell you the thing about Banks is, you can beat anybody. I mean, I don't really play that much Banks, and I can beat anybody. I mean, I play good enough I can beat anybody. Now, I can beat anybody playing 9-ball or 10-ball too, but I play those games well. Banks, I don't play that well, and I could still beat anybody because everybody has trouble making banks sometimes.
Well, Tommy's second bite at the cherry here. He's 41 in front, 49 in front in a second or two. He should just drop that for the red that's there. Got a nice little angle in the red. Let me have a look.
Matter of fact,
he's actually got more than he would have liked.
I beat a guy that played in the Derby City Banks game. It's an invitational. It's a Banks ring game invitational. Yeah. We were playing horse, and I decided to shoot all bank shots on him. I knew he was a bank champion, and I beat him. Beat him playing horse, shooting nothing but banks. And then he was kind enough to show me some bank shots, how to shoot them. You see, he decided to give me some knowledge. Well,
Well,
Tommy just can't seem to put things away because, here we go again where, well, that's not very good. He's got it in the side. Here we go again where Mr. Sharky's just gonna cruise through this and win this last game.
it has to be said, if you're wanting to be a contender or seen to be a contender for this tournament, this table you have to be clearing up.
Well, this was not a good place to put the cue ball. He rolled way short. I think he was going to roll to the blue.
Yeah.
And a side.
Yeah, he left it 4 or 5 inches short.
And that's well potted.
Now he's too straight in the red, so he's going to have to bump this in or just trickle it like that.
Yeah, he's fine. I mean, this
is just...
there's a good chance that Mr. Sharky's going to run this out and win. No,
again, he's
commentator curse.
See, these players don't seem to be setting themselves up good enough on the shot. I mean, Mr. Sharky rushed that too quickly, in my opinion.
Yeah,
don't make a move until you're set right. Seemed desperate to get the shot over, and he's still letting Tommy off the hook.
Well, that's one of the things that happens in real life too. Well, look at this. Look at this. Oh, he's good. Is that the tendency when players get nervous is try to rush and get it over with.
Yeah, as quick as he can get over with the shot, the better. But it doesn't do you good. And Tommy's got this frame in the bag. He's 49 in front, and there's only 35 in the table. So unless he's got to pot this red, and that makes it 100% certain that he's won it. So at least he's got rid of the zilch. So
that was
what, an hour and 22 minutes time. There's the second match tonight. And I've totally forgotten. No, wait a minute, I've remembered. It's MC Clarkey and Pulkabouter. Now I'm going to stick my neck in the line and say that Matt should be too strong in that, having not really seen Pulkabouter playing. I'm judging on how good he played 9-ball the last time I seen him, and that wasn't very inspiring. So unless he's more akin to the snooker table than he is the pool table, I'll reserve my judgment. So well done to Tommy, but he was given enough opportunities. Mr. Sharky hasn't got the killer instinct in him. He should have had him dead and buried.
Yeah, you just don't want to let people hang around. It probably won't hurt him against Tommy, but I'll tell you what, I've lost matches where you did that kind of stuff, and next thing you know, the guy's going crazy on you and you lose. I've won some matches like that too. It's just working out. And you got to get out the
too many to bother counting. That's what I would have said. Well, Mr. Blue.
Oh boy.
Got to get
right off the bat, Tommy.
Got to get the right hand spin in the cue ball. You need loads of right hand spin. Not too much, because you'll then end up scratching the corner pocket, which I've done 100 times. Or going in off. I need to get rid of this pool terminology in snooker.
Yeah, we've infected you.
Yeah, it's like a disease. I think he's left himself behind the black here.
No, he's fine.
Oh, no,
that was a good shot. He's perfect. Just rolled us.
Now, he's just rolled it, Steve, but you see how he's just rolled it too far. You want to leave yourself a bit squarer on that black so that you could just go through for the last open red there at the back of the bunch. See, now he's in no man's land.
He's overhit that. Yeah. He was probably playing for the one red past the pink. Well, he's got the shot to nothingness there. I'm sure he'll be shooting that. And the blue's down here where if he makes it, you can shoot the blue.
That'll do it. Now, now that he's on the blue, well, in actual fact, the blue's not ideal in terms of getting on the next ball. There only is the one ball, and he's going to be interfering with the pack of reds if he does, more than likely. So
yeah, he may not shoot the blue.
if I was Mr. Clarkey, I'd be just dropped behind a brown, and he hasn't really got there, I don't think.
Mr. Clarkey, I mean Mr. Sharky.
Mr. Sharky, they both rhyme, don't they? Oh, I definitely need a coffee. Yeah, I normally have a nice coffee after I've had my meal, and I haven't had one. And I'm crying. And I don't drink decaffeinated crap. Us Scots go full hog.
Oh, I don't drink decaf.
I've got to have the caffeine fix. I feel a lot better once I've had one. Now, those two reds, they're not set anywhere, are they? No, they aren't. Just having a quick look there. Well, that needs to have the legs. It's not got the legs.
No, that's given up.
Right.
That could be giving up quite a few here.
Well, first problem is he's going to take the red and play for the black. Second problem is the black doesn't spot, so it's going on the blue spot in the middle of the table, which is not a major disaster.
He ended up getting pretty straight on this black. He didn't want to do that. He's just about dead straight on it. That's not good.
Well, all you do is cut and run and bump the brown when you're coming off the reds. This is what you do here. You get that far like that. See where he is right now? Oh, well, the black, I forgot what's going on in the blue spot. Forgot about that. But the line that he's got, he wants to miss the black now. And that will
was
do.
Beautiful.
That will do. But if that black wasn't there, the edge of the pack, then you're aiming for the brown half ball left side to go behind the yellow and green. That's the shot he should have been playing if the black wasn't there.
Well, he needs to hit this really thin.
That's good. I like the line if it's got the weight. Is it got the weight? Is it got the weight? Is it getting there? Yes. Excellent.
Well, that's a good shot. Yeah, well, now Tommy's in trouble. And the way these balls are sitting, I think this angle is pretty good not to give up a shot.
That's
and he
not
didn't.
bad. Well, same again from Mr. Sharky. Just look at the line off the red, and you're coming in behind the yellow and green. Oh,
yeah, that's pretty good there. That's pretty good.
Is it short this time?
He didn't hit it though. Oh, that was a good line.
The only worry about that shot he played there was catching the jaw of the middle pocket there on the line. I think he was worried that he might catch that pocket. That's not heavy enough. That's not getting there. Good evening to Bankster. Bankster.
Oh, Bankster's there.
I don't think I've ever asked him this question. Is it Bankster that has the Q8 flag? Is it you that's got the Q8 flag, Bankster? Because I've got a question to ask you.
Well, if you got a Kuwaiti flag, do you know Omar Al Shaheen?
I'm sure that Bankster's got a Q8 flag.
I know Omar. Omar's been at Derby a few times when I've been there, so I've seen him there. And there's actually another good Kuwaiti too. Who was it? Who's the other Kuwaiti that is a good player?
Bankster's not responding in the chat. I think he's fallen asleep already. Well, this might bump.
Oh, there's another guy. Badr Alawadhi is another guy that can play. And then I've seen him. Then there's another guy that I haven't seen. Hassan Al-Asawi. I don't know him. I don't know. Is he Kuwaiti? But I'll tell you what, Omar can play banks. I saw Omar walk into, Omar was in the action room at Derby, and Billy Thorpe comes in, and this is when Billy Thorpe was like, oh, I don't know, he might have been 17 or 18, you know, good player. I mean, he's won the Derby City 1 pockets, really strong banker. He comes in and just says, he says, who wants to gamble, you know? So I think they played for like 5,000 or something like that, and he just drilled Billy Thorpe. I mean, he can play banks. I was impressed.
Good evening to Tam.
But yeah, I mean, if he's Kuwaiti, he must know Omar because in a country that small, and if you play pool.
Well, maybe Bankster only knows how to type in English. I don't know whether he understands English because he's not responded to us ever since he came into the chat.
Yeah, either that or he's off getting a coffee. But, you know, he's got to play banks in real life. Just watching how he was banking in bank pool, I guarantee you he plays banks in real life because you just aren't going to hit banks the way he was unless you've played banks.
Oh, he says we have Omar Al Shaheen and Abdullah Al Yusuf.
Yeah, I've heard of Abdul Al Yusuf, but I haven't ever met him. I met Omar Al Shaheen, good player, really solid player.
Anyway, my question to Bankster is whether he was a local Kuwaiti or whether he was someone from elsewhere that was working in Kuwait. That was my question.
Oh, I bet you he's a Kuwaiti. He plays banks. They got to play banks in Kuwaiti. I mean, Omar can really bank.
So we're in the early stages of this frame still. There's not a lot between them. Al Yusuf was third in the World Pool Championships in 2021.
Oh, let's see. Yeah. Well, what about he didn't list Badr Al Wadhi? He's Kuwaiti. He's a good player.
Oh dear.
Yes. Yeah, I've heard of Al Yusuf, but I've just never met him before.
There was a Scottish snooker player years ago, Wan Lang Pot. Oh no, he wasn't Scottish. He was from Vietnam, I think it was.
Yeah, pot sounds like Vietnamese.
Yeah, the thing about snooker is, you know, it isn't a game that you can just come to and, you know, everything's rosy. If you're going to become better at snooker, that's the game you have to be playing every time whether you know, if you come online, you have to be dedicating yourself to it to get better at it. You've got to put the table time in on it, like you would with any game, but snooker in particular, you have to get used to these pockets for a start, and the change in the physics with these balls compared to what you're used to in the pool table.
So, speaking of Vietnamese, have you heard of the famous Vietnamese cookbook, 101 Ways to Walk Your Dog?
Walk your dog, yeah. You go watch the cue ball. Watch the cue ball.
Oh, Mr. Sharky. Oh, man. He's trying to make this into a match.
Now, you see a lot of Chinese food. You know, I mean, I've not been to China, but I've watched, you know, Michael Palin and all of them when they went to China and they were looking at, you know, they were in restaurants and things, and you know, they're eating snakes where the guy comes out with a basket of snakes and he opens a basket and this is you picking your meal, and they're wriggling about in the basket, and you pick the one that you like the look of, and he says, right, we'll have that one, and he guts it right in front of you and skins it, and then the next thing you know, it's in the wok and it's getting cooked.
That was a good shot. That one's touching.
But a lot of Chinese food, you know, and when I say Chinese food, I'm not talking about the stuff you get in Scotland or anywhere else in Britain, but the thing about eating insects and all of that stuff, that was all down to Mao and his revolution, because if people were starving,
well, they still eat. They still are pretty.
They would eat anything, so they cooked everything.
I've been to China, and trust me, they still eat a lot of interesting things.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, anything that walks or crawls, they'll eat it. And I wouldn't turn my nose up at anything. I would try crickets in a stick, because they seem to be a bit of a delicacy. I'd never turn my nose up at something like that. I would even eat snake, because you never know until you've tasted it.
Oh, I've eaten snake before.
Yeah. You probably had some gator as well, Steve, if you've been down south.
I have had gator before, yeah.
Yeah, you know, you get into the supermarkets there and there are, you know, big frozen chunks of gator that you can buy. Tornado Tam's, he's obviously got a translator because he's typing in Arabic.
Shoot. I gotta take this call. Hang on.
I hope we don't need the moderators in that, Tam, depending on what you're saying. Oh no, that was Bankster. Oh, wait a minute. What happened here with the chat? Right, so Mr. Sharky, 23 points. Tommy, 17 and counting. Hoping to get on a red. I don't think he's in a lot of joy though. Let's have a look. Not really. No, I'd be skimming off that red and ducking behind the yellow and whatever else is up the table there. He's going the other side. That might work. That might work if it's got the legs. It's not. Well, I think he's covered the middle one. You can get to the third one obviously, but the problem with that is you're going to run into the pink. He's covered the two in the middle of the table. It's not a bad outcome with that shot. Tam's got Google Translate up, that's what it is. Because Google Translate will do all of that. And then just copying and pasting, that's what he's doing. Tam's not that well educated that he knows how to speak Arabic. In fact, Tam's not that well educated that he can speak Scottish.
Alright, I'm back. What's Tam doing over there in the chat?
He's using Google Translate, that's what he's doing. Oh dear, disaster. And Tommy...
yeah, I mean, you probably just told him to suck balls or something there, you know. Yeah, Google Translate's no good.
Thanks for saying from where you are, Tam.
Make sure we don't play bank in Kuwait. Well, I don't know where Omar learned to bank, but let me tell you what, Omar knows how to play banks. Because I watched him beat one of the better bank pool players in the world, beat the crap out of him. So he learned to play bank someplace.
Well, clearly Bankster is confused by what Tam's saying because he's asking Tam if he's using a translator. Of course he is.
Yeah.
And it's probably all coming out backwards. Is Arab text not written backwards anyway? I think it is. They write from right to left across a page. I'm pretty certain. I don't think they write left to right like we do. I think it's right to left when you're writing Arabic, which sounds a bit weird. I think that's something I learned in the dim and distant past watching some sort of documentary.
Well, if Mr. Sharky ends up losing this match, it's his own dang fault because he just started screwing around, and now he's getting in trouble, and here comes Tommy, and you just can't do that.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's what they're saying, snooker. You know, you take a liberty one time, and then the balls might never forgive you, and you get the bad rolls, and things start going wrong, and the other
No,
guy
I mean,
starts playing.
you got to keep your foot on their neck and just put them down. You can't afford to. You can't afford to relax or shoot at stuff you shouldn't shoot at, and
Because
assume you're winning.
yeah, apart from that, at the end of it, there's all the embarrassment of what you've done. That's what it is. You get the embarrassment to live up to after it's all over.
Oh boy, that hurt. He just did. He tried to roll up on the ball and didn't get there. That hurts. I have a feeling he's getting this one back.
He most certainly is.
Yeah, here we go. I don't know what he's doing, but he's got to be giving this back.
Well, there's no. I don't know why he's hanging around so long, unless he went to the bathroom.
Yeah, because this is one you're going to give back for sure.
He's going to get a bucket load of points.
He's nominating a free ball. I thought he'd just give it back.
Well,
you think it's worth taking a free ball here?
No, I would have given it back simply because he's trailing and he wants to get rid of these points the easiest way he can, and he can do that by putting them back in 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I would have put him back in, and that's a little surprising that he's taking a free ball here.
He's been too Mr. Nice Guy, and this is not what I'd be doing.
No, but again, here we go, like another bad decision, and now he's probably just going to roll up on this yellow.
Now he needs to make sure he gets to the ball first of all if he's going to do that.
But the thing is, the only thing he accomplished here was putting the blue on the spot, because he's going to put it right back where it just was now.
Yeah, he only got 1 point out of it, and he could have had 12 or 16 points there from misses.
What he should do is roll up on this black and put him right back into a snooker. I can't believe he's actually going to shoot at this ball.
Well, if Mr. Sharky's watching this recording after the match is over, then he's nuts.
Well, he's not going to like what we're saying now. We were singing his praises until all of a sudden his IQ went down about 50 points.
Yeah,
I mean, this is just...
He's just handed it in a plate to Tommy, and Tommy's got a free red and a free blue.
Yeah.
And what's the score?
I mean, I'm admittedly not a snooker player, and even I know better to do what he's doing.
Well, that's not good. The main cardinal sin there was running into the red. He had to come around the back of it and miss it.
Well, he learned pretty good, Bankster, because he's one hell of a Banks player. Matter of fact, the first time I met him, he didn't even know how to play one pocket. Which was kind of surprising, because if he's in the USA, everybody plays one pocket.
Well, Tommy's got a 20-point lead.
Man, he's Mr. Sharky can still win this frame. I mean, there's plenty of points left.
Well, the biggest problem he's
just got to get on this pink at the right angle so he can get up table.
Exactly. He might take the sort of VP4 route to get there, but he can't because he's got the wrong angle in the blue.
He's going to have to stun this. He's just stun this pink. He's going to have to hit it pretty hard.
Watch the side pocket.
It's there. He should not be close to that side. This is a pretty easy stun shot.
Yeah.
He hit it too hard.
He's going to be in trouble.
Well, maybe not. Look at this.
All
right, well, here comes a safety. Now, this is about as easy as you get for safeties.
Just a little stunning behind the black. This is...
You can roll this if you want. You don't have to stun it.
A little... See, if he dinked it with a little stun, he'd have been nailed to the black. And he would have cut down the angle.
Which is what you really want to try to do, because you can get...
This is easy.
Well, not only that, you can get a snooker out of it. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
I mean, that is something that such a close distance between the rail and the cue ball and the object ball. You should never be missing that.
I wouldn't put him back here. I would just shoot this. See, I would not put him back.
See, now he's going to hit it.
Safe.
He'll bump it
Yeah,
up the
well,
table, leave the cue ball there, and
you could lose the game giving it back to him here
uh,
because you could get snookered. He's going to get lucky,
yeah.
but you know what he should have done there. What he should have done there was take the shot and play safe because he had plenty of safety options there.
Yeah, it's weird how things go. Well, Tommy's now sitting with his fingers crossed with a
Yeah,
7-point lead.
I think Tommy's done here. I mean, he's got to hope that that Sharky dogs it because I think that's his only hope. Well, he's a little funny in the brown. He's going to have to go up and down the table off the blue unless he's going to hit this hard. I would just stun this over and accept the fact that you're going to go up to the end rail and back down. He's going forward, which is going to net him the same thing except worse because he didn't hit it. That's not good. Well, now he's going to have to play it in the corner and stun it over for the pink.
That's where he wants to be, somewhere over there like that, with an angle to get back up for the black, because I think he needs the black as well. No, he doesn't.
He needs two balls, and there we go.
Well, Tommy, here we go again.
But a lot of that's because of how he shot the brown. I mean, I'm not saying going forward was wrong. You could go forward or stun it over. I like stun it, but forward was fine. But
dear.
Not getting on it good.
Oh, Tommy.
Tommy just went what I call tits up.
Well, that's pretty much it. This should be dropping down onto the pink.
Which is kind of what you see when something's dead.
Oh yeah, I mean, I use that frequently. That, I mean, my PC went tits up. That was the first thing that came across my mind. There we go. He's perfectly in the pink. So just a roll in. Oh, I said a roll in.
What's he doing?
This is crazy.
This is just insane. I think he wants more TV time or something because this is just ridiculous.
He wants more criticism. He's going to get it. I'll tell you that. That was just a roll in.
This is just insanity. This what has happened in this match. I mean, this is just crazy.
I mean, Tommy's rolled a blue over the pocket, and now he needs to bump. Well,
yeah.
He really wanted to be staring this down into the pocket here. This is still nervy.
Yeah, this is no gimme here.
That's how tough they are, those pockets. Game, set, and match.
Oh, man.
Mr. Sharky, even though it's 4-1, he fell over the line. Oh dear. Well, that was a catalogue of errors and a comedy of errors all in one frame.
Well, I mean, Mr. Sharky played really well for the first three frames, and then he went goofy and just started doing all kinds of silly stuff.
Good evening to Brainful Out again. Was you not in earlier on? Anyway, Mr. Sharky is through. Let's go back and have a look at the bracket if I can find it. See where he is, because he's going to have probably a while to wait now, I would think. We've got the match coming up in an hour's time between Pool Kabouter and MC Clarkey. I noticed Matt was in the lobby there earlier. Now where's we've got Mr. Fox and Larry on the one-loss side. They have still to arrange their match. Mr. Sharky, there he is. Mr. Sharky now plays Mal. Well, I think Mr. Sharky's time in this tournament is all but over if Mal shows up. Mal should make short work of it, I'm afraid, for Mr. Sharky. And further down, we've got LS3 waiting on the winner of One Pocket Slim and Whiskey. So both those guys are stateside, so that might be one that goes in the middle of the night. On the business end of the tournament, top to bottom, we have Albinario with semi-pro. Now I think, was it semi-pro that said to me earlier on that might be tomorrow night? I can't remember. Or no, tell a lie, I think he might have said next Wednesday. I think that's what he said. So they're thinking about arranging their match. You've got Barker's, who's waiting on the winner of his Eric and Rossi, which is at the weekend.
And that could be a good match there.
Yeah, so that's like peak time, US time, like 7 or 8 in the evening, your time, Steve. So I won't be there. I'll be in bed. And that covers the snooker tournament. The last one is the bank pool, and on it, the matches that are on the schedule are Repetition against that guy with the funny name, who I'm not going to try to pronounce, and I don't know whether he's ever showed since he signed up. He might well have forfeited his first match. This is really hotting up this bank pool tournament now, because if you look at the matches, you've got Albinario waiting on the winner of Matt and Larry, and they've only got until tomorrow night to get sorted out. You've got Cobra up against LS3 in round 3. You've got Stubb up against One Pocket Slim in round 3. And Cerro, of course, with Bedhead going through on a final rack decider, 6 racks to 5. And Bedhead should never have won that. He'll tell you that himself. But Acero was crazy.
Well, Acero will have, he's in the losers bracket. He's not out of it.
Yeah, no, and he banked. I mean, these guys banked pretty well today, but Acero got crazy at the wrong times, and each time he did, he paid the price for it. He had Bedhead pretty much dead and buried at 5-3 up, and he went for a shot which he started loosening balls that he didn't need to, and he then scratches 2 or 3 times, and Bedhead picked him off. At the end of the day, it was a good match to watch. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed watching it. But Acero just got crazy too many times at the wrong time, as well as he played.
That'll come back and bite you in banks.
Right, I am off for a coffee, guys.
Yep.
I am no work tomorrow, so I'll be back and try and catch that poke about a match, provided everybody shows up and I can stay awake. But once I get this caffeine injection, I should be good to go. Thanks to Steve for joining us. Thanks for you guys joining in the stream. And if you're hanging about, you can join us later on. I'll be back in about an hour's time, and we'll see you then soon.
Thanks, guys.
Take care. See you later, Steve.
Bye.
Bye.